はい、どうも皆さん、こんにちは。今日もですね、グリードフォール続きからやっていきたいと思います。でですね、まだ目的とする島に出発すらできておりません。で、挨拶回りをしててですね、いろいろとサブクエらしきものをやってきたんですけども、今日とりあえずこの詐欺師を見つけるっていうのと、心理ナウツのそうですね、調べた後に、ここ、コンスタンティンですね、こいつを見つけに行くという流れですね。多分このナウツの刑務所っていうところも多分このナウツのね、思想を調べれば結果出てくるでしょうからね。はい。というわけで、早速行っていきたいと思いますんでね。まずは詐欺師を。明らかに詐欺ってるやついましたからね。ちょっと声かけていきましょうよ。いたいたいたいた。こんにちは、詐欺師の人。
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malichor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malichor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A file only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malichor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malichor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is.
こんな怪しい。
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him?
They say the ambassador of Ptolemy sends his guard all around the city in search of heretics.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
マジか。それいいアイデアなんか。本当にそう思ってるのか。
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
仕方あるまい。そういうんであれば盗もうじゃないか。どこにいる？来るぜ来るぜ。さて、漁ろうか。あ、レベルになった。ありがとうございます。 滑っとる。そうするとあれかな、スキルポイントを割り振れるのかな、これで。ルイーゼ。老いぼれは瓶とか何かをこれの心配してるに違いない。だからお部屋のままにしておこう。お客様は神様なんだからね。ほう。少々読みにくいです。実験結果や患者の観察といった内容と判読不明な記号で埋まっています。しかし複雑な帳簿を見れば書いたものが本物の知識豊富な錬金術師であることはわかるでしょう。拾う。ペテン師の解毒剤。なるほどね。何がなるほどねなんだろうね。スキル属性。ああ、結構シビアだねこれね。ポイントが。ああ、なるほど。片手大型武器。片手剣。どっちが強いんだろう。あ、じゃあ停滞伸ばそう。 OK。 マスターの足跡をたどると。 OKOK。 よし。不正暴いたろうじゃん。お前に不正暴いたろうじゃん。じゃあ
Have you finally made up your mind?
彼を言ってる治療薬を見せる。
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief.
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation.
Oh,
He got
look at
away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spot.
I heard the discourse of this priest on the main square.
Soon I'll have enough money to get out of here.
魔法のように消えたじゃん。魔法使いか。錬金術者は魔法使いなんか。
I heard that the Nauts have brought. I saw that they were loading some merchandise onto this ship.
どこ行った？どこ
Undoubtedly
行った？
another departure for this marvelous
鍵師を
island.
見つける。ああ。はいはいはい。こっちに行ったんだ。オッケーオッケー。どこ行ったどこ行ったどこ行ったどこ行ったチョース。詐欺師。
Oh,
詐欺師。
Hello,
詐欺師いただろ。
Wish you a good day, Your
あ、
Excellency.
そっか。あれか。上の部屋か。なんかあれでしょ、汚かった部屋でしょ。ここでしょ多分。チャオス。どうも。
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
まあそういうことだわ。
Sahin. Him again.
サヒン
Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
へえ。まあ教授としての彼の経
Dr.
験させるんでしょう
Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
ほう。じゃあサヒの執着。
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy.
ああ、
To
ちょっ
criticize
と
their
反骨心に溢れてたん
methodology.
だね。
I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my
いや
silence.
だからといっ
It
て
is for
毒
an act
物
of
を売っちゃい
courage
け
that
ない
you
でしょ
fell
う
from
よ。
grace and earned Sahin's hatred.
なるほど。
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
す
So
ごいじゃ
you
ん。
manipulate people to use as experimental fodder. That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
人
If
体
this
実況を
potion
否
were
定しとき
inoffensive,
ながら
then
自
why
分でやっ
wouldn't
ちゃうな
you
んて
drink
ね。
it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
これどうすっかな。逮捕。まあ、やめさせる。これ難しいな。どっちにしろ捕まっちゃうんだったら逮捕しちゃってもいい。離れて手伝うか。
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
OK か。
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
Yes, I need to get you out of here. I have unlocked the service entrance. You will be able to sneak out of
開け
there
たわ。
discreetly.
Without being skinned alive by the mob?
You need to remain prudent. I will escort you to your card.
I follow you.
Let's sneak out the back.
行かれる群衆と
I
交
hope
渉
we
す
don't
る。
run into any unhappy patients.
あれ、行かれる群衆と交渉するって交渉してないんだけど、まだ。ちょっとさ、どこまで行けばいいのこれ。ちょっと待って、どこ行けばいいのこれ。待て、使用人口だから、こっちか。裏口から出んとあかんってことだよね。こっちでしょ。違うか。あれこれどこ行けばいいのこれ。すまん、どこに行けばよろしいか。詐欺師と同行するだから、あ、こっちに行けばいいのか。そうすると、2馬車に乗せなきゃいけないから、ぐるっと待ってた方がいいのか。コインガード著書の方から抜けていこう。そしたら。あれ開かないじゃん。ちょっと入れなくなっちゃってるよ。もらっちゃおう。正面から行くしかねえってことでしょこれ。
But why are we going this way? You want me dead? Is that
いや
it?
マジだよね。
All these blue dots, they aren't worth the chocolate.
Ora! Ora! よし。全部倒したか。なんで入ってんだよ。なんで入ったんだ今。 線に回収しとこう。まさかボートを全部ぶっ殺すことになって思わんかったわ。もう説得も何もなかったよ、畜生。はい。
Where are you headed? Don't abandon me. You're going to take me.
いや、早くこっち来いよ。いや、お前ちょっ
Damnation. You got
と、な
away.
んだよ。ちょっと待って、ちょっとさ詐欺師よ。どこ行った詐欺師。逃げられちって詐欺師に。ごめん。
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
申し訳ない。
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
サンキュ
I
ー
need
で
to be
す。
going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
ロードサルサ
Your Excellency.
Lord de
Sarve.
Sade.
で離れると。
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye.
バイ。さて、なんか微妙な感じだけど、一応ね、経験値とかももらえたんで、ありがたく頂戴しておいたということで、少しの体力回復と。で、次はですね、こちらでございます。シーナウツの資質を調べていこうと思います。というわけで、ちょっとこちらにやっていきましょう。あそこか。よいしょ。失礼します。早速手がかり拾う。OK。フラビア
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
その入れ墨はやっぱりみんなしてるんだね。彼女が最後に彼らといつか聞くと。
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
習慣的な行動について教
What
え
does
てくだ
Jonas
さ
do
い
in。his free time? When you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine.
読
One
む
drink
んのよ。
lasts him the
飲
whole
むん
night.
のよ。やっぱり日本語おかしいな、ちょっとな。
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all,
こいつ
but
ガ
to
イアみ
him
たいだ
more
ね、
than
ガイア。
others, and when you drink too
脇に
much,
出て
the
くる。
imagination wanders.
パーフェクトブルー
Here,
ジのガイアさんっ
yesterday,
ぽ
it
い
was
雰囲気
me
ですよ
who
ね。
tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
バスコ船長について教えてください。
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
ほ
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
う。若いね。
If
若
he
い
keeps
若
it
い。
up, he'll be an admiral one day.
なるほど。じゃあ出ましょう。
I need to be going. Farewell.
ありがとう。これだけかな、そしたら。出ましょう。港湾地区。あとはこっちか。ナチ失踪の原因を調べましょうよ。さっきのやつを逃がした上で、ちょっと話戻るんですけど、詐欺師逃がした上で、なおかつ報告できればちょっといい感じだったんでしょうね、本当はね。
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your
お前もそう
stars
いう
I
レズ
know
ミ
him.
か。
But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
堅物なんだね。何知ってる？
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and
交
poof,
通艦連れて行ったんだ。
vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool.
日頃の行いだな、それ。
No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
わかんねえよ。真珠について尋ねると。
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
じゃあ誘拐犯教えてください。
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
証人を見つけて話を聞くってことか。オッケーオッケー。
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
となると、また居酒屋行くのか。よっしゃ行こう、居酒屋へ。いや、なんとなくこの街もだんだんね、詳しくなってきた気しますね。とりあえず、何はともある居酒屋へ。この店長には金払ってっかんな、結構。おはようございます。またお前か。
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. さあはお金を拾います。
I've seen so many horrors. I so wish that I could get far away from
今取
here.
った7枚の金貨、今話聞いたやつの金貨じゃねえのかな。
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
キャビンの少年。マリコ。これだ、これ。最終的な証人について尋ねる。ああ、なんだこれ。ああ、これ。順番に聞いてて大丈夫かな。
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
まあまあそうだろうね。最終的な証人教えてください。
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
いや、聞いてみる？いや、ねえわ。
I need to be off.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, boy. お前か。お前か。
Who are you?
お、
I don't
あなたはマリコー
recognize
ルに
you.
かかってんじゃん。
Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
まあ、とりあえず。
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms.
Oh.
The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air.
なるほどね。
And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
ほー。
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
ああ、なんか増えてる。金持ちに関する詳細情報を求めると。
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
後ろのばあちゃん
A
誰？
jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Taleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
何やこれ。何してんだ。何してんだ君ら。
Have a nice day, sire.
サンキュー。誰？何しとる？あ、要はマリコールで死んだ人たちを焼いてんのか。あ、なるほどね。
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
ああ、だろうね。
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly
鼻で
receive
けえ
you.
な。
Enter, please.
奥様に話通してくださいよ、ちょっと。ウェイティーってことですか？じゃあ、行っちゃうよ。お邪魔しますね。お邪魔しますね。奥様？あなた奥様ですか？
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion.
ほ
The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son
う
back.
息子どういうこと
I'm very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
切れてるな
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
連れ去った理由だよね
What was
どう
your
いうこと
son
どういう
doing
こ
on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through.
なんいや
But I will not
切
say
れるな
another
よ
word.
切れるな切
You
れ
will
るな
have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some
Oh.
fear-inducing story.
落ち
The
たよ
Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite...
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave.
なんだよ
With respect, my lady.
分かったしょうがないな行こう体力どうやって回復するんだろうそうすると船長に話しに行けばいいのかなこれそうだよねああ荷物を送る方法も聞かなきゃいけないしよし、と船長のとこだね。何もかもが船長に収束していく感じだよ、これは。船長、いろいろ聞きたいことがあるんだぜ。
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
しゃあないね。で、尋ねる。ナウスティアじゃなくて、商品に関する助けを求めとこうか。
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
そうだね。
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
なるほどね。で、マダム・フォンタインに問い合わせ合う。
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
なるほどね。
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nauts?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
で、そうすると、あ、ムシュドクルシオンに情報を聞く。うん。あ、彼か。クルシオン、ムシュクル、ムシュ、ヘムシュ、ヘムシュドクルシオン。お茶っす。
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
助け必要なんです。
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
よし、そしたらちょっと改ざんしちゃおうか。記録をね。人いなかったよね、さっきね。
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
ここ入れねえな。目立たない。めっちゃ目立つ入り口だけど。
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
上の階。
To my help, and death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
ダメか、倒さなきゃ。どこにいるんだ、どこにいるんだ、どこにいるんだ、どこにいるんだよ。
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
服くれ服。ナウツの信頼関係が。
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
これか、調べる。
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
はい、階段しました。よ。あ、刑務所の鍵か。ほうほうほうほう。あれ、刑務所ってなんだっけ？ピッキングね。はいはいはい。いるか？人いるか？できればもう見つかりたくねえよね。登る？なんだこれ？戦利品。めちゃくちゃ光ってたね今ね。
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a prison.
誰？こいつら誰？開けちゃうか。じゃあ。
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
誰？密輸業者か。
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
どういたしまして。なんだっけ密輸業者って。睡眠薬を入れた飲み物。何それ？え？何これ？むしろなんでバレてないのこの状況で。めちゃくちゃ見てるやん、ちょっと。睡眠薬入りの飲み物ってどうやって作るんだろうこれ。さて、どこにいる？夫人よ。出してください。
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
彼女を脅すしかねえじゃん。やるか。
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a Naut that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
よっしゃ。そういうわけでフォンテーヌ家の倉庫へ参りましたよということで。
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
いるか？あれ全然人いないね。こっちか。怪しいね。フォンテーヌ家。いや絶対違うっしょ。よし。
Sir Desade, what are you doing here?
見つかっちゃった。
for your son.
見つかっちゃったよ。
The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
まあこれでしょう。魅力的にやるしかないでしょうね。
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious
それ失敗したんだやっぱり。
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
さようならって。え、これ終わったの？確かにいろいろな方法があるんだね。鍵を使う。どうも。お前息子か。結構老けてんね、ジョナス。
Who are you?
My name is Desade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go
ゴリゴリ
free?
だな。
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seemed so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
うん。これ一番綺麗にまとまったんじゃない？母上を脅しちゃったのはちょっとあれだけど。ピッキング。ただいろいろとできないことが多いですねこれね。ナウツの服くれないかな。どうもどうも皆さんどうもどうも本店さんどうもどうも。よしじゃあ船長のとこ行って話を聞いた後に異端者ちょっと見に行こうか。でナウツの評判を上げてまたナウツの人らをぶっ殺して評判を下げると。ちゃうっす。
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you will.
Have no fear.
My cabin boy.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a captain boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Thank you. ナウツ評判プラス3プラス3。
Be back soon, Captain.
いやそれはずるくない？どこの遅えな。さておりますよと。一旦車いるのかなここに。一旦車でね。こんにちはっす。
Damnation! We've been found. I told you that the smuggler was not worthy of our trust.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
彼の研究。
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
何を言ってるか全くわからん。彼の脱出計画。
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
合意する可能性は?
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
これ難しいな。逮捕しちゃうとな、宗教関係のやつ上がるんだろうけど、大将話すことを提案してみようか。
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
なんで説得できれたらって。日本語を喋れ、日本語を。一切日本語喋ってないですけどね、最初から。
Halt! The warehouse is off
そうですよ
limits.
ね。
Move along.
直感。何これ。主張する。直感ってなんだこれ。主張するか。
Can't you make an exception?
No, sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now.
Very well. I'm going.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Very well. I'm going.
いや、それは分かってるです。それは分かってるです。違う違う違う。違う違う違う。ちゃうんよ、ちゃうんよ。
Very well. I'm going.
もう。よし、とりあえず大使のとこ行くぜ。チャオサヒン。
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
助けを求めなさい。なんで上からなんだ。
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
よし、じゃあ歴史家に。
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Oh.
We owe you our lives.
一気に飛
We
んだ
are
わ。
eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that
おお、あ
we
りがとう。
possess.
お、
Farewell.
80枚。
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
よし。あら、お二人さん双子かな？同じ服着ちゃって。よっしゃ、あと大使館に行って。ダメだ、見つかりませんでしたつってくればいいわけですね。どうもっす。鈴木卿。
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
であれば脱出を報告するしかないよな。
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
まあ嘘だろうな。
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable.
We have nothing else to do but pray that the luminous might shield us from their lies.
すまんな。よし、ちょっと離れちゃいましょう。
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
あ、ちょっと待って、これはいけるんじゃないか。いけるんじゃないか。科学、あ、違う。いけねえわ。次レベル5にならないとダメなんだ。なるほどね。さて、そしたら今度はコンスタンティンのところ行こうか。こんにちは。
If you had any idea who I am, open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
いや、だったらこっそり襲おうぜ。ちょっとさ、経験値もなるし、ちょっとステルスキル的なやつ、ちょっと一回やってみたいんですよね。僕、ステルスキルやりたいんですわ。今日わかんないっす。もうそのまんまだな。そのまんまだな。よし。コンスタンティン待ってろ。敵の探知。金は持ってるんで諦めよう。
He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out, or gag him.
Oi! Where do you think you're going? You're in our territory.
交渉を試みる。解放命じよう。
I'm looking for my cousin, and it appears that he is held here against his wishes.
How do you know that?
His voice is one of a kind, gentlemen, and we can hear it in the street. I order you to free him immediately.
I order, is that right? You're not cousins for nothing, you and that other drunkard. If you think all you need to do is come here and give us orders to get what you want.
Looks like we'll need to sharpen our words with our new friends.
I'm afraid so.
さあ、ボコボコにしよう。
To my health and death to the earth!
終わりか。なんだ、弱いな。はい、鍵いただきます。すべて取りますと。はい。経験値もらえなかったな。モンスターチの独房の鍵、ああ、落とす。次使いましょう。
Well,
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress! Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires. I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by our absence this morning. Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me. He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he? He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment.
なんでそんなキレてんだよ。あ、でも楽しそうだな。
Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Yes, adventure. コンスタンティンを選択。あ、服着せろっつうの？
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
見つけて持ってったよね、今ね。コンサーによる被害を修理するじゃなくて金を払ったから OK だね。で、あとサイドクエストな。睡眠薬を入れた飲み物を用意する。これが難しいんよ。よし、船長。ああ、ちょっと待って、アイテムあるぜ。おいおい。船長船長。
So, Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
なるほど。
Be back soon, Captain.
あー、どうしたもんかな。よし、とりあえずもうサブのね、荷物も載せらんないっしょこれ。よし、というわけで、いろいろやってきたんですけど、結局睡眠薬ですかね、これのコインガードの商品ということで、倉庫の警備員、排除できませんでした。はい。というわけなんで、次回ですね、このバスコに話して、島へやっと出発というところから始めたいと思います。いやー、第1回、第2回とサブクエみたいなやつ、お使いクエストばっかりやっててね、非常に退屈な内容になってしまったかと思われますが、次回からね、本格的に始まりますので、ご視聴のほどよろしくお願いいたします。語りはここまで私、高2でお送りいたしました。それじゃあ次回まで、さようなら、バイバーイ。